check. 1, 2, 3, 4. We rolling? Episode 67, sponsored by ValleyWideGlass.com. Best glass company in the valley. Thanks, Kevin. Fucking fight recap. Connor versus Cowboy.
Yeah.
I didn't see that shit happening. 40 seconds. Came out just fucking bop, bop, bop. Couple of shoulder smacks.
Bop, bop, bop.
Fractured his orbital. Fractured his face.
Dude, Cowboy fucked up. Talking how scared he gets.
He did.
He fucked up. You don't do that. When I heard him say that, I'm like, if I'm going in to fight someone and they're talking about how they're going to be puking in the back, and I'm sitting in the back, zenned out, heart rate low, mind focused. Like, I'm ready to kill this motherfucker. And if I know that motherfucker's there damn near crying, puking, doesn't know what to do with his brain, I'm like, this dude's a crackhead. I'm going to smoke this motherfucker.
Yeah, like he said, until the bell rings, and then Connor just sprinted out at him.
He fucked up doing that.
That was crazy.
I don't know why he did that.
That was crazy. It was sweet. A lot of pressure on fucking Connor, too. I saw Dan Bilzerian just had stacks and stacks of money betting on Cowboy.
No,
and
really?
Connor just went and fucking smoked him.
Ooh, shit's crazy.
So I didn't even know on our Pixels or on iPhones and everything, they have that fucking app timer. You can literally I put 30 minutes on Instagram. After I use my 30, every time I open it, it'll tell me how many minutes I have left.
Mine doesn't.
When I'm 30, the fucking app will go gray and I can't get it on it anymore.
And you go put an extra 30.
Because before, dude, I would be getting on that thing just too much. Like, okay, a lot of it has to do with work, the gym,
Don't
the podcast.
lie to yourself.
It really does, though. What about you?
Not my fucking... I get on there and just fucking check myself out. It's like, damn, my posts are fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
You gotta
saying.
get on there. It's fucking part, like, you can't just not get on.
But I'll catch myself getting on there just doing like, whoa, what the fuck?
I know, and I do like when I'm scrolling wrestling highlights or jiu-jitsu highlights or all that kind of shit. It's nice, but fuck, dude, it's such a fucking weird habit. Any split seconds of silence you have, you reach for that thing.
Oh, yeah.
You reach for that thing. And now every little thing I've been doing, like cooking stew or other little things, I'm more enjoying that because I don't have that fucking phone just pecking at me, waiting to be picked up and scrolled on.
Because you're 30 minutes up by what, 10 a.m.? No, you've been saying...
I'm about tapped on my 30 already, and I'm just stressing.
That sucks. When we play Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure you play Instagram more than anything. You're either eating or scrolling while we play Call of Duty. Is that accurate?
Well, usually because I die in 5 seconds, so I get a couple scrolls
That's
in.
cool. That's true.
And so do you.
That's true. But I don't have my 30. I'll have my 30 up. Or I won't have my 30. I didn't even hit my 30 yesterday.
Well, like today, I'm fucking ordering patches for the gym through this company. Have to email this guy back and forth, read each text he sends me.
Read faster. Yeah, you know?
But that app timer, you guys should check it out. It's in all your settings. You can set it. So yeah, screen time. You can set it for any app if you think that thing's really fucking affecting you. Because, dude, that shit's nuts.
Shit is crazy.
Our phones know more about us than anybody that we know.
Dude,
really.
have you want to fucking get tripped out? Like, will blow your mind? Watch Tony Robbins interview an AI. And he'll ask questions like, do you guys have emotions? And dude, they're...
Where did you watch that at?
YouTube. It will be like, wow. It trips you out.
Well, there's this big race on who's going to make the first quantum computer out of all the countries. And once they figure out the quantum computers, they said
Life changes.
The amount of time it takes to solve a problem that you would usually take months or years, that thing will do it in seconds. So that's going to bring everything to a whole fucking new level. And when all the countries are racing to do it, that's fucking crazy.
Will it solve global warming?
China's probably going to be the ones that do it. Dude,
Don't be racist.
In China, you can roll up to go to the store and pay with your facial recognition.
Big broke.
It just pulls you out. Yeah, it pulls out of your bank. It's fucking nuts.
Or declines.
Yeah, probably.
It says next. Fuck. Dude, those kids Zevia's fruit punch.
They're good, huh?
If they said the only way you could have a drink of that is you have to eat the can, I'd say deal. That's how fucking fire they are.
What kind you get?
Fruit punch, bitch.
Oh yeah, nice.
And apple frizzy or some shit. I haven't had that one yet though.
Dude, you maybe tomorrow you should go do those float tanks. We floated at this place called Floatology in Tempe. It was fucking crazy. I don't know if you could sit there for an hour and a half with only your thoughts though.
I could.
I don't know if you could. I literally laid in there, and we were supposed to. You can have tunes, or you can put a book on, or you can put a podcast on. And I connected
I've done it 3 times for an hour.
I connected my Bluetooth to Art, so I was gonna have some tunes. I ate half a mushroom cup, which is what, a gram of mushrooms.
I have no idea, Bella.
I don't know either, but fucking laid in there, put my ears under there, and it's a big ass tank. It's not like a little pod where you're stuck. You can just lay.
Did you get a boner?
No, I didn't because of those mushrooms. But dude, it's completely black and completely silent, and you're floating there, and it's like, it's almost just like your brain's in there. I'm like, damn, this is, I don't know. It was crazy being on the mushrooms. I didn't really get a lot of visuals and stuff, but I was like, damn, this is fucking nuts. I was pretending I was doing the Aubrey Marcus 7-day thing, so I was just trying to sit there.
Like, damn, I got a long time in here.
Well, and I was thinking, I was like, damn, it's been a while, but I'm like, what if time popped up and it's only been 2 minutes or something? But a bunch of shit went through my mind in an hour and a half. I liked how Sam Harris said, he's like, man, if you can get to the point where just following your breath is entertaining, there's so much stimulation, so much stuff going on. You can find the smallest things entertaining without having to grab your phone or do all this. But just sitting in there, I was like, man, this is what it feels like for a baby being in its mom's womb. Just completely black, silent, fucking... It was fucking nuts, dude. It was fucking nuts. It was nuts on those mushrooms. I was like, holy fuck. But I was like, man, I bet most people would not like that. No. How many times you've sit for an hour and a half just with your thoughts with nothing else?
Yeah, it'd be hard.
And just floating there. So it felt like literally, you can't tell if your eyes are open or closed. You can, but it doesn't change anything. So it's like your brain's just sitting there. Fucking just thinking. You gotta try it. That guy gave us a count. He said we can go as much as we want.
That'd be lit.
1-2 times a week. It was nice. My body felt good after.
Rogan does it every week. I think he said something. I don't remember. He has one at the place.
Yeah. I was thinking. I was like, man, imagine if I busted it on Art and he's sitting outside of it, scrolling on his phone,
tweeting. God, this float tank's nuts.
Yeah, but fuck, dude, that was definitely wild. I felt like I was in the future because they're such like advanced float tanks. They're not just like little shitty ones. I was like, holy shit! You just sit there and have just conversations with your head.
Of
Epsom salt. So yeah, you're literally, my ears were under, and that was about it. I was just laying there, just flat. I laid like this, and then I laid like this.
I had a bad time one time I did it. I like got a little cut on my wiener.
Ow.
And was
it your piercing?
No. It was like having sex with some girl and like her fingernail, like, so, I don't know. It happens. Crazy shit. But I sat in that thing. Because you're supposed to put Vaseline on cuts, or if you have any. Oh, I lay in that thing.
Okay, that's what that was.
And I lay in there and it instantly started. I was like, fuck. It was an hour. And I was just like, I'm not a bitch. I ain't going to get... Yeah, I literally lay there for an hour and that thing just hurt the whole time.
That's why I had my solid boner just sticking out of the water the whole time.
Just hitting the top and you're spinning around.
Yeah, but I would love to like put my dad or someone like an older generation person in that thing and be like, holy fuck, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. And that guy said too, we can go long floats if we want. We can do even shorter ones.
I've been doing 20-30 minute meditations midday, so I feel like I'll be alright.
Yeah, it's nice. You'll like it and definitely feel fucking refreshed. I'd be down to do it again tomorrow if you want. I don't give a fuck.
I'm down. I'm gonna take tomorrow completely off, so I'm down syndrome. Like Jay.
Yeah, it was wild.
Shit's wild. Always wild, man. Shit's wild. What else we got?
Yeah, one thing I heard on the Paul Check pod. You been listening to any Paul Check's pods?
I listened to that one.
James Cars.
No. What's that motherfucker's name? That dude that's like 5'4". It's actually a sweet pod. I just listened on the way here. Andrew Johnston.
What's he do?
The cyclist. He had leukemia.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Talk about ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. Mm-hmm. I like the one with James Cars where he talks about God and stuff, and that James Cars is like a philosopher. He's he works at the University of New York on like religion and stuff, and he said belief is like where your thinking stops. When you believe something, okay, you're done thinking it. He said if you have a belief or something, you shouldn't be afraid to challenge that belief and look and make sure that thing's like true or not. Compared to religious people, they're like, that's what I believe and my thinking is now shut off because that's it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. So saying like, I believe it. One thing I do believe in is jiu-jitsu because it works. But anything else, I'm like, man, I don't believe it.
Love
some crazy shit, Joe.
Okay,
Let's go into it a little bit.
Not right now.
Let's go into it. Give me something.
Not right now. Maybe in a couple of years we can come back on it.
For real.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's nice. So you trained yesterday. How many rounds?
Lost track. We just kept going. I don't know.
4 or 5. How long were you guys going? 10 minutes or 8?
I honestly don't remember yesterday. I went in feeling like a saggy tit and just knew that once I got my warm-up round in, I'll be able to push. But I probably did 2 gi, then 4 or 5 no gi. Hard rounds. So I've grappled hard as fuck Monday. And then at the lab with Mark Tuesday. Yeah. And then yesterday. I grappled hard as fuck 3 days in a row.
How fun is it grappling with Mark?
Oh, God.
His little jukes before he gets into his shots.
Dude, I've been hitting them. Huh? Oh, you should have seen a couple of shots I hit at Tanks yesterday. Doing that juke step. Whoo!
Fuck, it's so sweet when he does that.
It is. I love when he does it to me because then I can... That's how I kind of learn. I'm like, okay. You get someone going... Oh, God, it's so sweet.
It's nice. It's
weird, just understanding jiu-jitsu. It's like finally getting to be like, I'm a step ahead.
Oh, I know. Because I bet a lot of the times Taquino goes in there with like people and it's not too much of a workout for him. He's just, if he gets on tops and you play on bottom and you're just kind of chilling on bottom, he's just going to be almost chilling, thinking.
It's easy
more
for
thinking
him,
than fucking, yeah.
Fuck, when he gets on top. Shit's miserable.
It's next level shit. We got some questions.
Or on bottom. He'll pull guard and fucking heel hook me. Easy.
Dude, he'll pull guard in the gi, get his grips, and
and then either sweep you or just fucking kill you. People like that pod, though. That was a good pod.
Hell yeah. Okay, here's some Patreon questions from some Jobins. David Moses. Thoughts about those shoulder strikes in the Cowboy fight? Do you think Cowboy laid down as tough as that fucker is?
I don't think he laid down. I think that head kick's what fucking... It snapped him in the jaw, and that's what obviously...
Well, I think that those shoulder chucks fucking blackened his eyes and smacked his nose. My first coach, Matt Powers, he would always have us do, he called it dirty boxing and clinch. We would do full rounds where you're grabbing your partner, and the only thing you can do is punch him with your overhooks or shoulder chucks a lot. And those fucking shoulders work. Fuck yeah. You can generate a short amount of power and just smack someone in their fucking face with your shoulder.
I feel like I could really get good leverage and fucking boom.
Nice and quick. And it was kind of cool. Yeah, Cowboy just dropping low and coming up with it was pretty nice.
Connor, return.
Yeah, Connor. Stupid. I don't think Cowboy laid down. Just like I said, I think that moment kind of got to him and Connor sprinted out of him and just fucking drilled him a few times. And it's like, oh shit. And it's just, all of it was just over like that.
God damn, that's some crazy shit.
Joseph Levy. Just a quick BJJ question. That guillotine on Gomi was super sick. When you get to that position in rolling where you have it almost locked in on your back but don't quite have it, do you try to butterfly sweep or try to get to your knees and try to keep front headlock? I find myself trying to decide if I don't have the guillotine locked up.
Let's go with the flow,
on that guillotine, when you don't have your full guard, 100%, that's what's nice about that guillotine. If you don't have the guillotine, you can sweep them or at least in the front headlock. That's it.
If I know I don't have it, but I know it's pretty tight to where they think I could have it, they'll usually roll to their back, and then I'd let go and just try to get into side control. But if, like, I don't know.
Colin, in your opinion, what's your 3 characteristics of championship level MMA fighter?
Discipline.
Well, I think being an athlete, discipline, and then your mindset. Being an athlete, your discipline, and your mindset, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to be an athlete. Definitely fucking helps.
Well, name a couple champions that haven't been a good athlete. Rich Franklin.
That was a different time.
That's what Robert Falls said. He's like, he never wasn't a good athlete. He was just a white guy who just showed
Maybe
up.
Maybe nowadays you gotta be a fucking athlete.
Fuck like yeah, dude. 100%.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, Rich Franklin, that's what Robert said. He said he was just a white guy who would just show up and he would work really hard. Wasn't a very good athlete.
Yeah, an athlete definitely helps.
For sure, dude. Being an athlete helps. Just being quicker, being just everything. Reaction time's better, everything. Danny Mosquita. Any suggestions for putting on healthy weight? I'm a smaller guy, kind of like sugar. And I've noticed some gains from old boy. Any diet and workout tips for a skinny Jobin? I feel like I eat a lot, but it's so hard for me to gain weight.
I've been lifting pretty heavy but I had to build up to lifting heavy. Like everything has been from Brandon doing it. Like he's built my base to where then I could start lifting heavy. That's when I started putting on muscle. But if I would have went in and just started lifting heavy, I would have got hurt. So building that base, but I was consistently going at least twice a week. Sometimes we were doing 3, but at least twice a week, getting that consistent base. I don't know. You could message Brandon. I'm sure he has plans like you could pay for. I know he does like FaceTimes, but dude, that's been probably the biggest thing right now in the last couple of years is working with Brandon. I don't get injured as much. I'm way fucking stronger. Like everything's gotten way better.
And I think too, like obviously squats and deadlifts, but you can't just go in and squat and deadlift. Like if you don't know how to lift, maybe hire a personal trainer for 1 hour and ask him, I just want 1 hour of proper technique and proper posture and proper breathing when I'm doing squats and deadlifts. And then once you know the proper technique, there's shit all online on how to gain weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, squats and deadlifts. And once you start doing those squats and deadlifts religiously, you'll start getting a lot more hungry too, and it'll be easy. Horny. Yeah, it'll be easier to eat more food and fuel. So as soon as you learn that's why I liked physical therapy. Like from all those surgeries, I didn't even know what good really posture and proper posture was. I didn't even know really how to like lift, do rows, do bench, do squats, do all this stuff without like good posture. I didn't know. So the physical therapy really helped me learn how to lift. So yeah, hire a personal trainer for 1 hour and just learn how to squat and deadlift. And then you don't have to hire him every time. You can look online, find different sets, different reps to put on size and put on muscle. Lawrence Lowe, I'm in the exact same position, brother. Over the past 3 months, I've been lifting weights 3 times a week, doing a push, pull, leg workouts, and have gained 4.5 kgs of straight muscle from it. Give it a try and see how your body reacts. Mitchell Pop, what exercises do you find most effective to increase your overall core strength? I feel core is one of my primary weaknesses.
I think activating your core, doing every other lift.
Yeah.
And then Brandon has me do a lot of planks, a lot of those rollout things, but not overextending. But keep everything we do is about posture. Doing those that roll thing, planks, and then just keeping my core tight, doing every other exercise, being conscious of that. Really, that's fucking a lot of core.
Yeah, that's fucking nice. And if I could do one lift, if I could only do one lift, it'd probably be like trap bar deadlifts for me.
Yeah.
Makes me keep my posture good, and I feel like it works out my whole body.
Yeah.
But God, yeah, just those lifts are money. Well, like Taquino said, I was like, dude, how are your legs? Were your legs just naturally strong? And he's like, in Brazil for a while there, I would do legs every day. I wouldn't do it heavy every day, but I just do a proper technique and do them every day, and you can feel it,
dude. His
you
fucking
can feel
legs.
And you can feel like when you have strong legs in jiu-jitsu, it is such a fucking benefit, dude. Butterfly sweeps, any chokes, on top and half guard, any position. When you have strong legs, it helps so much. You can definitely feel when you're going with someone who doesn't have any strength.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, you can barely threaten me.
At all.
Lawrence Lowe. Tim, have you thought about whether you're going to compete in MMA again? Or stick with jiu-jitsu, competitions, and your gym? Much love, Jobins. God, see, I'm always thinking about that, too. I'm always thinking about that, and people asking, like, are you going to fight again? I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I love fighting, and I love competing and stuff, but I'm like, these last 2 years of my life, I haven't fought, and they've been probably some of the most, like, beneficial, most enjoyable years of my life.
Well, if my shit blows up like it's supposed to, it's like, we're going to be busy. Like,
and exactly it. That's even for the jiu-jitsu competitions. I'm like, fighting's so selfish. I take a fight, I'm not going to be focusing on you. I'm not going to be focusing on all my students, the people that I like. I enjoy giving back to those people. I fucking enjoy coaching you. And it takes away from all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I feel like I can do way more and way bigger things as a coach than really as a fighter. I think I could win fights and win a few fights in UFC here and there, but I don't. It's super, super selfish. You know, and right now I'm enjoying the coaching, but maybe I'll get an itch to fight again and be like, fuck, I want to fight. I want to fuck someone up. But right now I'm like,
yeah, you don't have to. The thing, it's not, people want you to decide. Like, well, yes or no.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking,
yeah,
maybe next month. Maybe.
Yeah, if I feel like doing it for sure.
You don't have to just fucking decide.
Yeah, that's a weird thing though, because going from fighting for 10 years to like, okay, maybe it's switching up again, but I've just accepted it and just like, I've just got so much good shit going on in my life. And literally, like I was telling you the other day, like a lot, I think, of why some fighters fight is because of all the people they define themselves as fighters, and people are like, when's your next fight? When's your next fight? Or are you fighting again? And they want that ego boost, and they want to be looked at as a fighter, and they're like, oh yeah, like that's where they get their respect from, is being a fighter. I'm like, fuck. A lot of people, you know what I mean? Your situation's obviously different. You're gonna be making some serious money, and like, you have a real opportunity. You're the type of athlete that's going to be a world champ. Yeah. Even being around all those fighters in Portland and at Team Quest, and then a part of that TV show. And Robert would tell me, he's like, you know, when an athlete, you can see the type of athlete that's going to be a world champ.
Fuck
for sure. And even he's like, he even said, I love Dave Jansen. Dave Jansen was a good fighter, 16 and 2, 17 and 2 at the time in Bellator. He's like, yeah, Dave could definitely be in the top 5, but he's just not the type of athlete that's going to be a world champion. Not super explosive.
Be a world champion.
Yeah, exactly. Super explosive, good eyes, good reaction time. That's what I'm saying. You got to be a certain type of athlete.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but like I said, I get so much fucking enjoyment from improving my jiu-jitsu, getting better at jiu-jitsu, and now making my students better and seeing them be more confident. And now, like, Sean's going to be having his comeback. I don't know. It's fucking sweet. I'm liking what we're doing right now. Yeah, no shit. That's what everyone asks. So Sugar's going to be fighting March 7th. I'm like, dude, it's going to be just walking out, just when that music hits and you're walking out, that's going to be a celebration in itself, dude. Oh. It really is. It's going to feel so good.
I literally cried thinking about it. Like, not cried, just like teared up. Like, holy shit, it's going to be crazy. But, dude, I've been getting asked now that my fight kind of got announced because the athletic commission confirmed everything. People are asking if I can go on and do interviews and shit. I'm like, I have nothing to fucking say. I'm not going to say shit.
Pull out Osho book and just read it.
Like, okay. Dude, I don't have anything to fucking say right now. Like, the last 2 fights I've talked about how good I'm going to be, how good I'm going to do. I'm going to whoop this one. It's like, how am I expecting anyone to believe me?
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't fought. Like, I'll just go out there and show you, and then we can talk.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel right now.
it's gonna be so nice too, especially when it happens, and then the fight happens, the fight week, the weigh-in, after the fight. I think we'll be really good at just like enjoying it and really just enjoy this, because before even all the other fights, like on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one.
That could have been my last fight. This next one could be my last fight.
Yeah,
you never know. I never thought that last fight was gonna be 2 years until I fought again.
Fuck, we had no idea that bullshit. LL Puff Daddy.
Ooh, Puff Daddy, shout out.
Banging sugar or whacking? How does banging sugar or whacking one out, Tim, affect your night routine? How do you work that into it? What do you mean banging sugar?
No, he's saying sugar. How does like banging and having sex before going to bed? Tim, how does jacking off? You know Tim ain't getting no pussy.
LL Puff. Shit, that's right.
Is it? I think it helps me fucking get into a good deep sleep if I have some good quality sex before. I really do.
Dude, oh fuck,
like
yeah.
Just like
just yell,
just let the demons out.
I know.
Sorry, Jay.
I know.
And just let those motherfuckers out, and then I just lay there and just hope Danny cleans me up.
Oh God, dude. Yeah, you sleep next level when you do that before bed.
If we do it in the sauna like we did the other night, whoo, boy, I tell you what, you sell that shit pay-per-view.
Shit. Yeah.
Ask Danny, man. Ask Danny. That shit was wild. Sweating like a motherfucker.
Nicola Wood. What are some characteristics of successful people that you guys have noticed? Anything from people you train with to Paul Check, etc. What are some characteristics of successful people?
It's so funny when I hear the word successful people. It's like, even being 16 years old, 17 years old, and looking at someone who's successful compared to right now, when I look at someone who I think is successful, it's literally the total opposite of what I thought.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Depends what kind of characters of successful people. It's
weird because they talk about it in that awareness book, like from a young age in school, they engrave in your head what success is in America.
The attention you get from someone, the
success, and then the money and the material things. Man, you got a boat, you got a truck, you got a house, you got a family. You're living. That's success, and you're at an all-time happiness and blissful.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the characteristics probably for me, like, if I look at someone and they have just a good relationship with the people they're around, they have a good relationship with their family, they're happy, they're looking, I don't know, I feel like you can almost tell.
But you don't know.
You don't really know.
You can guess.
You can kind of tell.
I don't think
a little bit.
I don't know. There's people that kill themselves, and the people that are closest to them are like,
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
Exactly. That is true.
I feel like you can't. Unless you're in that motherfucker's brain, you don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah. But who are with some more... Yeah, when people say successful people, and I hate when people say, man, that person's really smart. They're really smart. What are they smart at? They're smart at fixing a truck? Or what are they smart at? They're smart in a certain way. I think wisdom and intelligence is different than just being smart.
Someone that I would say, like a successful characteristic to me right now, I would think of as being unattached to certain things, to where they don't, other things and people don't have control of how they feel. That would be successful to me. That's what I'm trying to attain. Even with my relationship with Danny, knowing she could leave, she could do anything, be somewhere else, and I have to make myself happy. I can't rely on anybody else to make me happy. Because then that's a false happiness. Because then they leave, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not happy. So I'd say being able to be unattached to things would be
crazy,
successful.
too. I'm almost 30 years old, and I feel like in the last year or so, learning that. There's nothing that, I need for happiness. There's nothing you should need for happiness except, food and water and a roof over your head.
In that awareness book, towards the end... Because you're towards the end, almost done with it. It was talking about how scary it would be to go out into the desert and be by yourself, and how all those, and then if you're there long enough, all of that goes away, and you could be happy. Like it's just all those. It's all the you think you need somebody else, a person, to make you happy.
Yeah.
But it's scary being alone until you are alone and you go through it, and then you realize you don't need shit.
Yeah.
But when are we alone? Never, hardly ever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
crazy
exactly.
shit.
It's easier for us to like do that because we have girls too. But I even told Mariah, I was like, if I lost jiu-jitsu or if I lost you, I would still want to be a happy person. You know, that's why reading that awareness books, it's like, holy shit, how the fuck were we never taught any of this?
Anthony DeMello is a fuck. I was just on YouTube. He has just. It's basically that awareness book, just in different sections, like a 7-minute video, because the chapters are so short sometimes. You just click on any video,
and it runs through the chapter.
And it's literally the Audible book. Him talking to the people. That's what the Audible book is. But that motherfucker is so goddamn smart.
And he probably still deals with the same shit. Like even all these.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like even though you know how to deal with it, you know how you should react. It's not like even he knows all that shit. But I'm scared until I guarantee he still deals with that shit.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And I think a successful person is like, I don't think there's period, successful, that's the end of it. He's successful, and that's it. Someone who's fucking always trying to learn and trying to, and like I said, challenge their beliefs and just learn. I don't know. Paul Chek's like the fucking man.
Go into the unknown. Go in wherever. I don't remember who said it. Whatever scares you, go into that. Like that's what was it? I don't know.
I've read that.
That's what I'm doing right now. Whatever scares the fuck out of you, like you got to dig into that because that's the next step. How you grow.
Okay.
Maybe. Well, this one's for YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe for the next Jobin one, I'll do a solo podcast and talk about Danny and I's relationship because like shit came up that I'm having to deal with that the Jobins will appreciate.
They'll love it. Earl M. Bettison III.
Big Earl.
What up, Earl? Because of my anxiety and depression, I find myself sometimes almost paralyzed, figuratively speaking, by fear. How do both of you deal with fear as far as the unknowns of life?
I'll tell you what I do. I fucking ride my bike to the park, and I'll fucking stare at a tree, or I'll lay on a bench and look up, and try to fucking look into my mind like a scientist and figure out why I feel certain ways and what's causing me to react to certain things. And I think you need mushrooms and stuff like that to really dig deeper, but I can't take any of that shit right now.
Yeah.
So going into nature and staring up, like 2 nights ago I rode my bike to the park. It was late and I just laid there and looked at the sky and tried to figure out shit, and I went home feeling a lot fucking better.
Yeah, it's just being able to kind of even just sitting in that deprivation tank. I'm like, dude, I'm so thankful. Like I have pretty healthy thoughts, and I can even be aware of those thoughts. But I'm like, man, if you had really unhealthy thoughts, like you constantly were beating yourself down and constantly having anxiety and constantly just worrying about something, I'm like, man, that would suck. You would not want to be in this tank.
It's your thoughts.
You'd get the fuck out of there.
It's your fault you're thinking like that. Like, and people don't realize that. They always want to put it on someone else. Like, well, it's like it's your fault. You're thinking the way you're thinking.
Yeah, and just like you said, like figuratively speaking, by fear, like fear of what? Fear of what? Fear of losing someone? Because that means obviously you're attached.
Yeah, well, you can't lose someone because you never have someone. Like you don't own.
But losing their love.
Well, if it's real love, then you won't lose it. False love isn't love.
Sugar, what if USADA never clears things up and you always have this issue your entire career?
Well, if I get suspended one more time, I'll be like a 4-year ban from USADA. So I'll dip from UFC. We'll go to fucking Japan and get a couple Japanese chicks pregnant and just live a life over there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be That's so possible. Like, it could fucking happen, and I could be fighting in One or Risen, which would fucking suck because I belong in the UFC. And I don't know. Right now, the thing is like, if I test for over 100 picograms, that's the new threshold, that will be considered a suspension. If I test under 100 picograms, that's considered a passed test. I had 4 negative tests in a row, and then my last test was 30 picograms, and I'm waiting on 2 more tests. So it's like, it makes no sense how I can test 4 times in a row and then randomly test for 30 picograms when I'm doing everything the fucking same.
Yeah, they don't know either.
So if I test for over 100, which I have before, back in September, then it's like, I don't know. There's literally absolutely nothing I can do. So it's like, but it's still every single day. You saw that is popped up into my mind, and it's so stupid. I have to think about that going into a fight. Like, I don't know if I could get pulled off 10 days before, like last time. Like,
last 2 times.
Last 2 times I could get so it's fucking a shitty feeling. But regardless, I'm gonna train like I'm going to war for 15 minutes, and that's easy for me to think like that because I'm not gonna be in the cage thinking like not being prepared to fight for 15 minutes. That's not me.
Yeah. Tim, what if you sustained an injury so bad that you could not train or compete or train anymore? That would suck. I thought about that last night, even talking to Mariah. I was like, we're laying here in bed, like comfortable. Our bellies are full. We need to be so thankful for this night because we don't know when it could change. And it could change any fucking time when we least expect it. And that's why I like reading that awareness book. Like, you don't need shit to be happy. I'm like, I could lose jiu-jitsu, but I would definitely try to find a way to be happy and healthy mentally.
The only thing that stays the same is change. It's like we cling to like we think, okay, this is how life's gonna be, and then if something else happens, it's like like shit. Like that Robert Downey Jr. podcast with Joe Rogan. He's the Iron Man, the actor. And he was saying, he's like, man, people ask, like, are you this confident always? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty confident, but I'm not really, like, at this moment. The next moment, a couple years down the road, when all this isn't going on, I could be different. He's like, shit's just always changing. You got to expect it to always change and not be attached to it when it's that certain way. Or you're just setting yourself up to be fucking sad or disappointed and hurt. And what if you didn't have Danny and Mariah as your support in your lives? Danny's been my biggest fucking like lesson or biggest, like, I don't know how to put it. I've learned the most about myself from having her, realizing that she's her own person dealing with all of her own emotions and all her own things, and seeing her as her own instead of, and this is all recent, instead of seeing her as mine. Like, this is my girlfriend, this is my wife, this is Danny, this is like recently, last couple weeks, because of the things that we have been going through, I'm looking at her and understanding, like, damn, she's like me in her body. Like, everything I deal with, she's dealing with in a different way. Yeah. So but what was the question? What would we do without them?
Yeah. What would you do without their support in your lives?
Yeah, fucking keep living.
There's 2 options. You can either be depressed and focus on depressed and focus on how much you lift them, or you can focus on what you can control and focus on how to make it more a healthy path. You have that option. That's the thing. And it would be fucking sad to lose Mariah, because a lot of positive shit from my life comes from her. But the same thing, just like Sean says, like, Mariah's like literally her own person too. She's free to do whatever she wants. And if it comes to hooking up with another guy, like, dude, I don't love her because I have sex with her. That's not the reason I love Mariah. I love her because of her personality and her brain and the way she likes to, she makes me be better and I make her be better. That's why I like her, not because I own her vagina.
We're at 1 battery, so I don't know if we can.
All right, we'll start wrapping it up. Just things that, God willing, will never happen, but something like this has to be in the back of your mind at times. I'm wondering what you both do to not let the fear of the unknown overwhelm you. So much love to you all, Tim, Sugar, Danny, JX, and sometimes JX and the pups. Yeah, Uzro. What's going on, brothers? How did you deal with the negative feedback from your loved ones, parents, and close friends about living the martial arts lifestyle? Everyone is telling me to drop out of college and move to AZ to pursue professional fighting, but it is truly what I'm going to do. But I would be lying if I said it doesn't bother me that the people I care about most are telling me I'm making a mistake, even though I really don't think I am. Also, I love to be the first black Jobin to be baptized if that hasn't already happened. Peace and love, brothers. I will be coming down in March.
Black Jobin. For me, when I knew I wanted to pursue this, I didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. I already knew what I was doing. I was going to come down here and literally do what I've been doing, and that's get in the UFC and be world champ. I didn't care what anybody thought. But I don't know if I really had any negative. I had people telling me, like, dude, that's not a good idea. You're going to be a small fish in a big pond, whatever. I had people telling me that, saying it's not going to be good. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like,
and a lot of those times, those people are speaking to you from their mindsets.
Yeah.
From their outlook and how maybe insecure and not confident they are. But if you're confident you can do that, and you can get some true feedback from a coach that says, hey, yeah, you could do this. Hey, nah, you probably shouldn't do this. You got to come down and be willing to be poor and live with minimal things. You ain't going to have a nice car. You're not going to have a lot of money, because coming up as a fighter, it's fucking tough. It's tough to get fights. People are pulling out. It's tough to make any money. So if you're willing to do that, then for sure do it and say fuck what those people want, because they're not you. What are some ways, Taylor Marsh, what are some ways that you apply newly acquired knowledge to your life with Osho, Stoicism, Eckhart Tolle, etc.?
Journaling and writing. Like, what did I do today that I wanted to work on? Whether it was being less judgmental of certain things, less judgmental of myself.
Or of anything, less judgmental.
Yeah, just writing it down has helped a lot, I feel like.
And I think for me, the things that I really think are important, I fucking read them a lot. And I have them underlined, or I look over them again, or I grab a new book that's similar to that and just keep feeding off it. Damien, if I repeatedly keep having paranoid anxiety attacks when getting high, does this mean I shouldn't smoke? I can snap myself out of them, but find that my mind goes around in thought loops when I'm high.
I'd say quit smoking for a little bit. Literally just stop for a week.
Yeah.
Could be that, or it could be the weed you're smoking, for sure. Or it could be because you're smoking too much. The other day I took a little rip. Not to where I was like, I'm high. But I was like, I'm a little high, but I feel like it's not like... Like, if you want a little boost, you're going to drink a little caffeine. If you just drink a fuck ton of caffeine, you're like, it's like you probably could have done without that much caffeine. It's just the same thing. Just take a little bit. You don't need to take a fucking huge bong rip. Take a little pipe rip. Take a 5 milligram edible. You don't have to overdo it every time.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to say, too. Just take smaller rips. Definitely could be the weed. But then if you keep having those anxiety attacks from smoking a little bit or smoking weed, just don't smoke.
Yeah, you don't. That's an attachment in itself. It's just like, I need weed. You don't need it.
For sure. It for sure is. Just covering up whatever you got to deal with. All right, Jobins, we're running out of batteries. We'll get things figured out. Check us out on Patreon. Bunch more content. We're doing the solo pods a month. I just did a solo pod. Sugar's going to do a solo pod coming up on Patreon only. Thanks, boys. Girls. Peace.